Okay, I'm back. It's part 2 of the weekly card pull party and energy update. I'm going to see if you guys pop back on while I'm shuffling these cards. Since the card or the recording, or for some reason the live, is freezing up, and I don't know why. I should have like perfectly strong internet. Say hi if you're just coming back on. Give me some hearts or something. Show me you're here. Let me know you're here. Welcome, Rebecca. Okay. Let's see. I'm still shuffling. Hello again. Okay, cool. Hopefully it's better. Hi, Krista. Did you want a card as well, Krista? I can call you a oracle card if you'd like. All right, cool. Okay, I don't know why it was doing that. That's crazy. All right. So this is one for Chris, one for Rebecca, one for Kim, and then I'll do one for Krista. Okay. And I'm really enjoying these Mystical Shaman Oracle cards. Okay, this one's for Chris. The Smoky Mirror. Don't you love the artwork on these? Smoky Mirror. Beautiful. Hi, Kimberly. Welcome again. Yay! Hopefully it's better. Let me know. Are y'all hearing this? Okay. This card's for Chris, who cannot be on but asked for me to pull a card. Okay. So, the smoky mirror represents the aspects of what is implied yet cannot be immediately known in the world, the mystery of how things come together and how they fall apart without obvious causality. This symbol also represents a shadow of the human psyche, the parts of the self that one disowns. So, I'm thinking after some of the conversation we had in the reading earlier about don't suppress what you're really thinking or feeling. Like, don't disown it, okay? Once you let things come to the surface, you don't have a smoky mirror anymore. Things clear up. You can see clearly, right? If you stop suppressing certain undesirable feelings, then you can release them instead of denying that you have them, okay? The smoky mirror can also represent a state of denial or the inability or refusal to see the truth, okay? So the invitation for you, when the symbol of the smoky mirror appears, you're invited to see beyond your own self. Acknowledge that past the limits of your current ability to perceive, there is a vast interconnected world where events are orchestrated in divine order, but challenging to fully grasp. This is some of that Uranus energy, that blindsided sort of like mysterious elements of the universe that you had no knowledge of, okay? So like things could be happening in your world and you may have a tendency to take them personally, but don't take them personally, because assume that things are always working out for you, okay? The thing that you maybe don't have an understanding of, like, you know, maybe you got a no to something you wanted a yes for and you don't understand why you got the no and you're taking it personally or you're internalizing it. Don't do any of that. Maybe it's the person who told you no has an understanding of what the yes fully means and it's not good for you. Something to that effect. So always believe that everything is working out for you in your favor, okay? So now is the time to trust that no matter what the current conditions of your world reflect, in the hidden realms, all aspects of the human journey are celebrated. The beauty and the darkness, the misery and the courage. No matter where you are on your journey, know that some things are meant to be a mystery, okay? Which you are meant to understand only through experience. Sometimes you're not prepared to receive the truth of something until later. You won't know it until you're, what's that saying? When the student is ready, the master will appear. Okay, so take heart, for the smoky mirror will ultimately show you beauty and wonder once the fog lifts the distortion you see now. Okay, if sometimes we really dig and force to get the truth of something or uncover something, it may uncover an uncomfortable truth that won't be helpful to you at the time until you're ready to receive it. Okay, so that's what I'm receiving from this for you. Okay, have no fear. Everything is for your highest good. So that's for Chris. Okay, next one is for Rebecca. Okay, I'll take a little sip of coffee here. The lower world. Okay, in Peruvian shaman and other typical shaman, I guess, disciplines or modalities, they have an upper, a middle, and a lower world. The upper world, and this is how Christianity takes from pagan as well. There's heaven, there's earth, and then there's hell. It's similar to that, but the upper world is the spirit realm. The middle world is this world that we walk on, and the lower world is kind of below the earth. And Inanna, in Sumerian tradition, the goddess Inanna, she goes down into the underworld, the lower world, where she meets her sister Erishkigal, and kind of deals with her ego. And it's like the death of the ego to go into the lower world. And in other Greek mythology, there's many stories about, I think, doesn't Persephone get stolen off, and Mercury, the great communicator, is the only one who can go down there and take her back. Is it Persephone or Aphrodite, I think, takes her back from Pluto, the god of the underworld, right? So, the lower world holds the hidden treasures of humanity. It is a place of rich and fruitful darkness where we can find the disowned parts of ourselves and the abandoned aspects of our psyches. So, one other thing that's coming to me when I think of the lower world, think of the soil in which a seed gets planted. It's underneath the surface, it's in the lower world. It's also that generative energy, okay? Things you can't see yet. So this is asking you maybe to live in this space. The lower world is the place of our ancestors, where we discover the gifts and lessons from the past. From the lessons that you learned from the past, what new knowledge do you have to build a future? What seed did you plant, and what's going to grow out of all those lessons, right? It's the realm of the collective unconscious. Here we can meet our demons and transform them into pure energy, our source of personal power. Okay, so yeah, mirror is a beautiful card. Look, don't you love the artwork on this? I'm not sure who the artist was, but they're fantastic. So the invitation for you, Rebecca, is it's time to unearth your hidden treasures. Do not make yourself small in order for others to like or accept you. This can be really hard when you're worried about what other people are thinking. Just be yourself, because you want to be liked for being you, not who they want you to be, right? Bring out the gems and precious stones that you have kept hidden inside your heart, hidden even from yourself. It's time to honor your past and recast your life as a heroic quest. As you journey into the lower world, you will be offered all the gifts of your ancestors. You don't always have to rely on yourself. If you don't know what these things are or how you're going to do it, ask Spirit, ask your ancestors to give you the answers. Let them do the heavy lifting, basically. Okay? Their struggles, the way they hurt, the way they lived, and the way they died will become blessings. Their past, their knowledge, their experience be the thing that gives you the information you need. You can rely on them for that. So, that's for Rebecca. All right. And then this card is for Kimberly. The blade. All right. The blade represents sharpness of the mind, body, and spirit. Pointing upward, it summons the power of heaven. When aimed down to the ground, it anchors the power of the heavens on earth. The blade can be a healing tool or a weapon. Wield it wisely, and it will transmit power, bestow initiations, cut energetic cords from the past, or sever toxic relationships. Use it with anger and it will slash, stab, and kill. So the invitation is, you're invited to draw your blade and use it. It is not auspicious to hesitate, to waste time in idle talk, or hide from the inevitable. So you may have some cord cutting to do that you know has been a long time coming, and you haven't wanted to do it, but further prolonging will make it worse. So just get to it, right? Heaven and earth are aligned to support you in claiming your power. So take decisive action. Overcome your fear of hurting others, unsheath the blade, and use it wisely. Yes. What you're doing for yourself cannot be found to be against others, okay? That be their story. You do what you need to do for you, and be in integrity. You know, use your words wisely. All right, that's for Kimberly. And this last one is for Krista. The Council. The Council are the luminous beings who hold the collective wisdom of humanity. They are the ones before whom you will do your life review when you cross into the world of spirit. A life review is when we place our good and our bad deeds on a divine scale and attempt to explain why we did not love or forgive or dare as greatly as we might have. Know that their wisdom is available to you at all times when you live in a state of yes, in an unconditional relationship with life, being open-hearted. They remind you of your place around a sacred fire, which has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. You will claim it when you have your own inner wisdom. So, you're being invited by the Council. The Council has a message for you. Listen with your inner senses. The handwriting is already on the wall, so look about you and you will discern its meaning. So you already know there's a few things you need to do, and now's the time. Do not wait for further signs. Embark on the journey to love deeply, forgive sincerely, and dare greatly. Take the leap without requiring life to assure you of success. Yes. So, that concludes this card reading. Just letting y'all know, I have, originally I was going to have 2 more interviews, but I have 1 more coming up, which is this Wednesday, the 7th. And so it's going to be with Roshni Patel. I'll be releasing that interview. And then if all goes well, I will probably be trying to bring Darcy Iverson back on the 14th, because the interview, the live that we tried to do didn't work so well, and I really want to have Darcy on to chat and talk about her wisdom about love and relationships, and how healing our early childhood trauma will get us to more conscious partnership with others. And so, like I said, this will be the last week of an actual interview being released with my Discovering the Empowered Self interview series. I'm going to be continuing to do card readings. And so after that, I'm not entirely sure which direction I want to go in. As far, I think I'm working on working one-on-one with my mentor Olga, but I'll be doing the card readings here, and I really think that it's time to sort of just do the work of being in connection to spirit. Like that's the message I'm being told to give you guys, is like tools on how to stay connected to spirit. And even though you may already have much knowledge on your own, I feel like the goal is to help people for self-revelation and to stay in daily practice. It's not just something we do on the weekends. It's something we do every day to take care of ourselves and to be in connection with spirit. and to help heal others if we're called to do so. And so I'll probably for the holidays just be available for card readings and maybe mentoring with my mentor Olga. But I urge you guys to keep your holiday season clear. Don't do too much. That's my plan for this year. So I hope you will join me Wednesday for my final interview for the Discovering the Empowered Self. That's going to be with Roshni Patel. She talks a bit about, I think, NLP and other aspects of the self for discovering the empowered self, or healing and resolving early childhood trauma. And then, like I said, I'll try to have Darcy Iverson on again, because her interview, I'm having such internet connection issues, and I don't know what's the deal with that. So hopefully she'll be back on November 14th to revive our Facebook Live that didn't go through, and to just chat, because me and Darcy always have great conversations about early childhood trauma and conscious partnership. So let me know how y'all are doing. Stay in touch this week. And that's it for now. Bye for now. Love you guys. Bye.